Welcome to Mosaica Online. This video will be a brief introduction to the student experience within our learning management system. When a student first logs in to mosaica.desiretololearn.com, they should be greeted by a news item in the middle of the page, and this might pertain to upcoming testing dates or reminders for holidays. Anything that's a school-wide announcement would be found in this middle block here. At the left, we do have our new calendars posted for the upcoming school year for each of our programs. Across the top of the page, you'll see a blue bar. This is called the mini bar, and it actually stays here regardless of where the student is within the learning management system. The first link here is My Home, which would return the student back to this front home page, which is similar to walking into the front door of our school building. Next, the student would find My Online Classes. Of course, here is where the student would click to gain access to any of the courses in which they were currently enrolled. Across the top, you'll find the next item is Message Alerts, and this is where a student, if a red dot were here, would be notified that they had received a new page or a new email. Pager is our instant messaging system where a student can contact a teacher or a fellow student online as long as that other person was online at the same time. Of course, email is our secure email server within our learning management system where our students can email their teachers or other students. And we do remind our students that anything that they do compose and send within our learning management system can be viewed by administrators. So we want to make sure that anything that we do is appropriate for our school-related activities. The next item here is an updates alert, just to let a student know if a new news item has been posted within a class. Anything like that, if someone has made a change within their class, a student would receive an alert button here. Let's take a look at an actual class. We're going to look at a 6th grade language arts class. Again, you see that the blue bar stays at the top, but the next bar here, the navigation bar, changes just a little. Students are greeted with 3 common buttons within each of their courses. The resources would give them access to content, to a calendar, which you also see at the bottom of the page, their checklist, which is an item that's an interactive tool that allows the students to check off and see that they have completed items. It's certainly interactive, so the student actually has to check it off. It's not automatic. The next button over is communication. This is where a student would access their class list to see other students in their classes, to see if their teacher is online. The discussions, which is an asynchronous section that we have where the students can participate in discussions, threaded discussions with their classmates and their teacher. Of course, here's a second way that the students can access email and their pager. And finally, we have the assessments button here, which is where they would access items like Dropbox to submit an item, view their grades. Students can view their grades at any time, access quizzes, things like that. This last little button here is the course home, which just brings them right back here to the front. News items, similar to the front home page, teacher information, important links. Each course will find items similar to this. Let's take a brief look at the content, just as an example of what some of the content would be. When a student clicks on content, the first view is a table of contents. Now, once they click on an item, their view will change just a little. And then they have 2 options to navigate. They can click the content map at the left, or they can use the navigation buttons here at the right to advance to the next content item. So we were looking at Super Croc, which is a language arts nonfiction story that our 6th graders might be reading. So one of the things that they can do is click here to access a reading guide that will help them to take notes as they're reading this particular story. And of course, they can click here to actually gain access to the story within our learning management system. And then they can click next to advance to a PowerPoint presentation, which this is just an additional item to help the students understand and apply what they've learned within this particular topic. They have an interactive vocabulary game here, an interactive writing tool where the students can work on their writing and their grammar items. So this is just a brief overview of the items that a student might see as they log in to Mosaica Online.